Now we will see different sinuses in the model. Now here you can see this is the falx cerebri, and this sinus is the superior sagittal sinus. Then this sinus is the straight sinus, and here you can see other sinuses in this model. Here you can see on the lesser wing of sphenoid bone this one, and this one is the sphenoparietal sinus. Now on each side of body of sphenoid bone, these are the cavernous sinus, and this cavernous sinus is interconnected by the anterior intercavernous sinus and posterior intercavernous sinus. Now on the superior border of petrous part of temporal bone, this sinus and this sinus is the superior petrosal sinus, and then this is the inferior petrosal sinus that arises from the cavernous sinus, and then it goes into the jugular foramina. Then here you can see this one is the superior sagittal sinus that comes downward at internal occipital protuberance. This one is the confluence of sinus. It meets at the confluence of sinus, and then on the right side it becomes continuous as the right transverse sinus. This is the right transverse sinus. Then straight sinus first comes at the confluence of sinus, and then laterally it becomes continuous as the left transverse sinus. Then this one is the occipital sinus that runs on the internal occipital crest, and it runs upwards and meet at confluence of sinus. Now this confluence sinus is the dilated part of sinuses, and it is a meeting point of two or three sinuses, and it is located on the internal occipital protuberance. Then these right and left transverse sinuses, they become right and left sigmoid sinuses. Now this one is the sigmoid sinus, and here you can see this one is the sigmoid sinus, and this sigmoid sinus then goes to the jugular foramina, and it becomes continuous as the internal jugular vein. Now on the margin of the foramina magnum, here you can see this one is a marginal sinus. So it was all about the sinuses on the model.